In another narration, the Messenger of Allah said, Dajjal will be a human being and he will have the letters Kāfir written on his forehead. Every single person will be able to read this, whether he's a believer or not. However, the Messenger of Allah said, يَقْرَأُهُ, in another narration he said, يَقْرَأُ كُلُّ مُؤْمِنٍ كَرِهَ عَمَلُهُ. Every single believer will be able to read it, but there's a condition. The one kariha amaluhu, the one who dislikes the actions of Dajjal. And on this point I want to mention, how many of our Muslims, I remember when our Hazrat Joe Biden, I have to say this again because according to some, I'm extremist. So when I say Hazrat Joe Biden, then that doesn't make me extremist. So Hazrat Joe Biden, Damat Barakatuhum, when he was running for the presidential office, we had our own unorthodox Muslims saying, brother, didn't you see? He said Inshallah in his speech. Didn't you see? He said Inshallah. Didn't you see, brother, that Barack Obama, Hussein, he has the name Hussein. I think he's going to be good for the Muslims. So what am I trying to say here, my brothers? What I'm trying to say is, the Messenger of Allah said, Kariha amaluhu. Only those people will be able to recognize Dajjal as Dajjal mentioned by the Messenger of Allah, who actually dislikes the actions of Dajjal. Those who are liberal Muslims, who are unorthodox in their Islam, those who are the feminists, those women who always bang on about women's rights, those groups who promote LGBT, every single one of these groups, when they see Dajjal, they will claim that they are Muslims, but because they do not dislike his actions, they will say, this person or these groups of people are too extreme in their beliefs. They're too extreme in their beliefs. The same thing that will be said about Imam Mahdi when he arrives as well. And that is a whole different topic. If Allah gives us tawfiq, we will talk about it later on. So what am I saying? Innahu shabun qatatun. He's a young man. He will be a human being. He will have Kāfir written on his forehead. And on top of this, only those believers will be able to recognize him who dislike the actions of Dajjal. How many brothers, let me give another example. When whatever happened in Afghanistan and the new government that came about, the Taliban, how many Muslims did you find who were saying that the Taliban, this is not a correct group of people? And they were actually supporting the actions of the Americans for the 20-year war that the 20-year war that took place in Afghanistan. They were supporting the American regime and its rules much more than what the Taliban had implemented. And when Dajjal comes, the situation will be exactly the same. Those who will like what Dajjal will present, they will say, bring it forward. And those who will dislike Dajjal and have a connection with Iman and with the deen of Allah, they will understand that this person is a fitna and he has been mentioned by the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
يا لا 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 يا لا يا لا 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 يا لا 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 يا لا يا لا 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 يا لا يا لا يا لا يا لا